The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. Rockets explode in the night sky over Gaza City and Ashkelon in Israel as both sides continue their aerial bombardment following Hamas's Saturday attacks. Reuters reports that Ashkelon is not allowing ships to enter since it has a port in the range of Hamas rockets. Meanwhile, a fishing boat was ablaze in Gaza waters as Israeli strikes pounded the territory. Israel was acting in retaliation for one of the bloodiest attacks in its history, where at least 700 Israelis died. The strikes on Gaza have killed more than 770 people, injured 4,000 more, and displaced over 180,000. U.S. President Joe Biden denounces Hamas, calling its surprise attack on Israel an act of sheer evil. Biden stressed U.S. support for Israel as it mourns a Saturday killing, including the death of at least 14 Americans. He added that American citizens were being held hostage by Hamas and that he had directed his team to share intelligence to aid hostage recovery efforts. Biden also outlined the military assistance being sent to help Israel in its fight. The U.S. President promised replenishment of interceptors used by Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system, as well as more ammunition and redoubling U.S. military presence in the region.
People of Israel lived through one such moment this weekend. The bloody hands of the terrorist organization Hamas, a group whose stated purpose for being is to kill Jews. This was an act of sheer evil. More than 1,000 civilians slaughtered, not just killed, slaughtered in Israel. Among them, at least 14 American citizens killed. We stand with Israel. And we will make sure Israel has what it needs to take care of its citizens, defend itself, and respond to this attack. There's no justification for terrorism. There's no excuse.
Hundreds of Pakistanis gathered at Islamabad to express their solidarity with the Palestinian people. Protesters held Palestinian and Pakistani flags and placards that called to free Palestine. Protesters also demanded that other Islamic nations stand with Palestine. The protests came after Israel pounded the Palestinian enclave of Gaza, where hundreds were killed. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. Russia fails in its bid to return to the United Nations top human rights body. Russia won 83 votes versus 160 for Bulgaria and 123 for Albania on Tuesday. Moscow was ousted from the council 18 months ago in a US-led diplomatic push following its invasion of Ukraine. Amid creeping signs of war fatigue, some diplomats had said Russia had a chance of getting voted back onto the council. China and Cuba were also among the winners of Tuesday's vote. French military convoys begin withdrawing from bases in southwest Niger. This marks the start of a departure demanded by Niger's junta military leadership. Pickup trucks and armored personnel carriers drove through the dusty outskirts of the capital Niamey. The military government called for citizens' cooperation with the troop movements. A few dozen French servicemen also flew out of Niger on a military plane on Monday. The European Union tells Elon Musk to tackle the spread of disinformation on his social media platform X following Hamas's attack on Israel. EU industry chief Thierry Breton said he had indications that the site was being used to disseminate illegal content and disinformation. Breton did not give details on the disinformation he was referring to, but he insisted that Musk was aware of the problem of, quote, reports on fake content and glorification of violence. Breton urged Musk to ensure that X's systems are effective and to report on crisis measures to his team. And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.